Guys, we have the interior somewhat sorted out, which is really cool. However, we still need to do a few little things. One of the things is the cockpit needs to have some instruments in it, and it needs to look a little bit better than this. The other thing is we need a winch / anchor putting on the front, and a way to get out of the front to access that. And then we need some other things as well. So, let's just go ahead and jump straight into it and start building, I guess, the anchor first. Okay, so, we're gonna have to delete a few things back here, but hopefully that'll be fine. So, delete all of those guys right there, including this guy. I guess we can go straight to winches and grab, I don't know, maybe a big one could go on the front. That is pretty large. Maybe we can hide it a little bit like this. That could be interesting, maybe. We're then going to chuck this guy backwards like so, and then I did kind of want to be able to get out to this. So deleting this would be the next port of call, but that feels weird to me. That feels very weird. But it might still work. So, what I'm going to do is grab one of these 2x2s. We're going to go ahead and chuck it straight onto there like this, and have it come downwards. We're then going to chuck one of these guys on there as well. I'm then going to be deleting this guy. Fill all of these in, that's fine. And then I guess we can send this guy backwards to here. Chuck this guy onto there like that. There we go. And I guess that's fine. Yeah. Alright, go to hatches. Here we go. This is where we can shove a hatch straight into here like this. And that should allow us to get up and out. Maybe. I'm then going to chuck these guys on here. If we add some ladders, I guess that's going to be the thing that allows us to get up there. I don't know whether this is going to work out or not. But let's go ahead and delete this guy and this guy and this guy. We'll go ahead and seal this off just like so. There we go. And then I guess we'll see if we can actually get through there. It might be that we're not actually able to get through, but we're going to go ahead and give it a go anyway. So paint that like that. Paint all of the other things. There we go. Alright, let's spawn it in and see what we can do. Okay, through the door we go. Yes, this is the hatch room. Open the hatch. Get on the ladder and climb out. No, we get stuck. We actually get stuck. That's not going to work. Okay, so what if we delete this guy right here? We'll then go to this, I guess. Just chuck one of those guys on there. We'll then send this across straight. Delete these guys. Grab this. Delete that. Shove this onto here like... Oh. I guess it needs to go down a little bit. I think. I'm kind of wanting it there. So let's go to winch really quickly. Chuck the winch on here like this. That looks pretty good. We then need to add the ladders to this side. And I think that'll be fine. So, delete these guys. There we go. Grab a ladder. A new one. Yep. Shove that guy onto there. Do this all the way down. I'm actually just going to have to seal that bit up as well. So, let's just do this. That looks okay. We should then be able to climb out. And that's fine. Yeah. I think so anyway. Make sure all of this is painted. Make sure all of these are painted. Yes. Including this piece. And then I guess I'm going to have to box off this room as well. There we go. Okay, I mean, it looks kind of bizarre, but it's also fine. I'm then thinking we might be able to get away with doing this. Alright, check this guy in here like that. Shove these guys onto here, and that looks... Although it looks weird, it also is fine. What I'm then going to do is delete these guys. We're going to get a button, and we're going to control it from up here. I'm actually thinking this side would be better for that, so we'll chuck those guys on there. Winch up. Winch. No, anchor. Up. There we go. Anchor down. There we go. And anchor on / off. Okay. Yeah, so hopefully this will work out fine. Let's go ahead and connect these all together then. So on and off is there. Down is this side and up is this side. Alright, that's everything we need to know, I think. Yeah. Okay, I've just thought of an idea, because otherwise, if I don't do this, we're going to have some issues. So, I'm going to be chucking this guy on the front, like so. I'm then going to shove this guy into there, and this guy into here like this. And then essentially, we're going to connect the rope from here to here. And then on the front, we're going to have our anchor. So that's the thing we need to build next. That looks a little bit too big, to be totally honest with you guys, but there's not much else I can really do. So if it goes on there like that, I think it's fine. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a cable anchor really quickly. Chuck that on here and connect that directly to there. Hopefully that is good enough. We're also going to go ahead and make sure that the anchor is turned on automatically so that hopefully it swings, attaches to the plane when we're in flight. Realistically, I'd like to have it inside, but Stormworks is a little bit iffy, so that's a bit weird. Anyway, with that being said, I think we're fine there. Let's go ahead and give it some electricity. I haven't given anything electricity, have I? No, I might just have it so that we have to put electricity on to do this. That's fine. Okay, we're gonna go with the inside now and do some business in here. So, I don't want it to be very electrically advanced or anything like that. So, let's just see what happens. So, we're gonna need an artificial horizon. That is gonna go directly in the center, just like this. We're then gonna go for some dials. I want some big dials for some things and some small dials for other things. So, the big dials will go in here. We'll go ahead and shove them on there and there, that's fine. And then the small dials will go there, which is an instrument panel. Yes, there we go, instrument panel. We'll chuck that directly in the center, and that's fine. Okay, let's go underneath those and just do this. We'll go ahead and send this one down as well, and that's all fine. In front of those, we'll do that. We'll grab ourselves some breakers, and we're going to chuck those in the floor, the other way around. There we go, there we go. And then I guess we'll just have this piece in the center like this. Chuck this guy into there. Have this piece come out just a little bit and drop it down there. Alright, so far so good. We don't need any landing gear buttons or anything like that. Oh, you might notice it's changed color. Maybe. Anyway, yeah, we don't need any landing gear buttons or anything like that. In fact, we rarely need any buttons, but that's fine. So, over here we're going to have altitude. Okay. Altitude, put that in there. Put altitude in here as well. Here we're going to have speed. On the other side, we're going to have speed as well. And then we need to figure out all of these. So I'm thinking engine 1 temp. There we go, engine 1 temp. Then we're going to have engine 2 temp, engine 3 temp, engine 4 temp, engine 5 temp, engine 6 temp. Because there's 6. Alright, there we go. 2... Yeah, we need 3. There we go. So that's... No, wait, what am I doing? This is 3. This is 4. This is 5. And then this is 6. Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of crazy, but sure. This is a pretty boring cockpit, but essentially we've got all of our dials in there. We've got speed, altitude, stuff like that. We've got our fuel tanks right here. I believe it's this one and this one. We've then got inoperable stuff down here. We've got a clock in the center. We've got a bunch of buttons up here. One is for nav lights, the other is for landing lights, the other one is for heaters. This one doesn't currently do anything. And yeah, that's pretty much what we wanted to do. What I want to do now is actually go around and paint all of the blocks that I can see. All of the blocks that I can see that are like this. I need to get rid of all of these ones on the wings because they're just sort of in the wrong place. And yeah, that's what we need to do. So let's go ahead and get it all done. Alright, so we've got almost everything done. However, we don't actually have any control surfaces on the wings just yet. So we're going to go ahead and delete these guys right here. Ah, there we go. I'm going to go ahead and grab that color, just chuck it across there, chuck it across here. That's all fine. We're then going to go to control surfaces, and we're just going to go ahead and chuck them on. So we're going to need some big ones. We're going to need some big ones. Here we go. Big control surface. Chuck it on there, kind of like this. That's fine. On the other end, we're going to go ahead and chuck this one on here like that. There we go. And I think that's all I really wanted to do. Oh, they look kind of ugly, though. They do look kind of ugly. But I guess that's fine. That's fine. I could, if I wanted to, I guess delete all of these guys. Chuck one of these guys on the top, kind of like this. Again, if I wanted to, but I'm not sure it's a good idea. Maybe. Let's just go ahead and do it for now and see what it looks like. Alright, chuck this one on here, the same as this one. There we go. Yeah, I don't see why not. Let's just do it. On this side, we're obviously going to delete all of these guys to there. And I want to fill it from here to there. Grab this guy. Go ahead and chuck it on there like this. That's awesome. Alright, let's go ahead and see if we can actually fly it now. So A and D needs to go to each of these guys. There we go. It also needs to go to these guys. Okay. We then need to flip over all of the pitch, because the pitch is all currently inverted. Okay guys, there she is. So as you can see, we now have all of the engines ready to go. We have the fuselage ready to go. We have an anchor on the front that is also ready to go. We have the pontoons that I've extended out to the side quite a bit, which are actually now like sort of like tiny wings. And this thing is actually hopefully ready to fly. So let's get inside. We'll go upstairs, the staff only staircase, of course. Should paint that. I need to paint that. We're going to run to the front. Obviously, there's nothing really going on back here, but that's fine for now. We're going to go ahead and close this. Turn on all of the engines. There we go. There we go, there we go, there we go. Excellent. And now we just need to fly. So these guys don't do anything. These guys currently don't do anything. Let's just go ahead and take off and see what happens. Here we go. All right, get us in the air, please. Is it able to do it? I think it is, but we'll go ahead and power it up a little bit more. Alright, okay. Don't dive, please. We just got to take off. Oh. Oh, we're almost there. We're almost there, and get our butt out of the water. Excellent. We are now flying. Okay. My roll is inverted, but other than that, we're good, I think. Do I have control of yaw? Yes, I do. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, okay. Other than our roll being inverted, this thing is fine. Alright, here we go. Get us in the air, please. Yes. Alright, so I've now fixed the roll issue that we had. Yep. And this thing flies actually completely fine. It flies really well. Yeah. Okay, what speed do we have? Our speed isn't actually hooked up. Our altitude isn't hooked up either. Our wing fuel is fine. Left wing and right wing fuel being like opposite to each other here. So this one's on the left even though it's the right wing, and this one on the right being the left wing is annoying. But it's also fine. Okay, yeah. So, we're flying. This is good. This is very good. Let's go ahead and land really quickly. And we're going to drop anchor down here. We might as well try it, because I haven't tried to land before. Alright, so we're falling out of the sky. I say we're falling. We are landing from the sky. Here we go. We're down on the ground. Excellent. And then we're just going to push ourselves over to the docking area, which is going to be over here. Oh. My aileron on the right is wrong. I don't know what's going on there. Anyway, we are here, so that's all good. Let's just go ahead and turn off the engines. Okay. There we go. Let's run backwards. Yep, down the stairs. Open the door. Close the door. Excellent. Run forwards. Open this door. Close this door. Jump up here. And... oh. Yeah, okay. So disconnect that. Anchor down. Anchor on. Hopefully this works. I don't know if that is even on. Yeah, it's not really working out. I think this needs a little bit of weight to it. Yeah, I believe that needs a little bit more weight. But this is pretty cool, isn't it? So we've ducked ourselves up. Cool. Next thing on the list then is actually nav lights. So I'm going to go ahead and delete these guys right here. We're going to get lights, and I'm just going to chuck them in. So let's do this on both sides, which I already am. We'll chuck that guy into there like that. We'll go ahead and paint these guys white for now. That's fine. We're then going to need one of these guys at the back in the center. Fortunately, I've left a thing for that, so that's good. And let's go ahead and paint around those. Okay. Yeah. Then we're going to go ahead and add green on the right, which is this one. And red on the left, which is going to be this one. There we go. We're then going to need some landing lights, so let's go ahead and get that next. I think I'm just going to use these, and I am legit just going to add them underneath the wings like this. We'll have 3 of them mounted right there. On both sides, please. Here we go. Both sides. 1, 2, 3. Excellent. I might even do 4. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty crazy, but let's do it. Okay, and then all I need to do is attach all of these guys together, and hopefully that'll work out fine. It would also be nice if this worked, but it isn't. This needs to get sent to these guys. I think that's right now. Hopefully everything now works. We're flying! We're flying. I've added a gyro to this that is always on, which is kind of a weird way of doing things, but it kind of works. I need to make sure that this isn't happening, so I need to modify the gyro a little bit. But other than that, there's actually nothing really going too badly. I might add an autopilot into this thing as well. That would be pretty nice. We can have the altitude hold here and then maybe the GPS there. But yeah, it's actually working out fine. So, let's go ahead and do that landing again. And then again, we're going to go ahead and try and put the thingamabobby down. The, what do you call it? What do you call it? The anchor. Yeah, that's what you call it. Anyway, let's go ahead and hover ourselves in. Yes. We'll bring ourselves forwards, quite far forward at least. And then I want to turn the nose to the left a little bit. I think that'll be pretty good. So we're going to go past the arch. There we go. We're in the bay of the helicopter area. There we go. Turn to the left. And let's go ahead and shut down the engines. Alright, yeah, shut down the engines. Here we go. Bosh, bosh, bosh. Bosh, bosh, bosh. Excellent. Go outside. We need to run downstairs again and drop the anchor. Here we go. So disconnect this. Anchor down. We don't really have to anchor down very much, because it will probably attach to the ground quite quickly. Although, I do need to add weight to that. That's one thing that I forgot to do. Yeah, that's one thing that I really forgot to do. Alright, just drag it down. I'll swim to the bottom. Bosh, there we go. We're connected. Excellent. And now we need to stop that from rolling down. There we go. And pick it up. Alright, hopefully this is fine. Looks like it's going to be fine. Disconnect that now. And let's have a little look at it. Oh, she's beautiful. Yes. That looks sick. We are still listing a little bit, which is kind of annoying. But other than that, it's alright. Yeah, I need to sort out this list really badly. Okay, it's time. Delete, delete. There we go. Weight blocks. Here we go. Yes. We're going to go ahead and grab those. Chuck them on here. That's awesome. So now it should actually sync pretty quickly. You know, I think it'd be kind of nice to actually add a proper rudder, so we're going to go ahead and do that down here. It's not really going to be, like, very, big or anything like that, but it should be relatively useful. So we're going to chuck that on the bottom down there, and I believe it's already on the right way around. So, let's go ahead and connect this up to the gyro, because it's also part of the yaw, so that's actually fine. Okay, right, well, I think that's where I'm going to leave it today. We've allowed it to actually have an anchor now, which totally works. It floats a little bit nicer, however, it still needs to float even nicer, so we might end up adding some pontoons on the ends of the wings. Not entirely sure about that one just yet, but we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, for now, thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.